day 4, and we're gonna start with immediately moving around. So part of what I'm gonna do is kind of utilize this pole today. Good boy. So if he gets to pulling strong, I have a force that's a little bit stronger than me to help keep him centered. So I'm just gonna wrap it once, and I just have to be consistent, moving with him, so he doesn't get it wrapped up too much. Good boy. Good. There we go. He actually doesn't respond too poorly to the pressure. Like, he's not having a huge fight against it. Just a little bit of a pull. Good boy. There you go. Good. I like that the second he felt that, he wanted to come to a halt. Good man. Good boy. Hi. You're so brave. All right, let's see a little bit without the pole. So what I would like to do is get this initial reaction where he jumps out a little more mild. Good boy. Yeah, the other thing that's important is working at the walk itself. So there's a little bit of pawing there, so some frustration from him, which is why I pushed him forward, but normally I would accept that walk just fine. Good boy. Anytime he is bumping against that pressure, I bump back in. Bump and release. Good. So again, today's goal is going to be to get this send out, good, to be a little less hoppy and have him feel like he doesn't need to run forward into it. That was better. And what I do to help him with that is I stay consistent in how I'm asking him to go. I make sure that I'm really good about my release between the pressure that I'm applying with the flag and the pressure on the rope. ones like this where they struggle is they want to be in your pocket, so they take a little bit of offense when you ask them to not be in your pocket. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. Good boy. Better. Much better. Good boy. So I'll bring him in for that and pet him. Let him know that was good. That was a good move. Good boy. Good. We'll try that same direction again, and then I'll send him out the other way. I'm going to start pushing forward when that nose is down and dropped, because again, when I'm working at the walk, when I'm on him, or really even right now, there's not too much I can do when his nose is just right on the ground. There. So he can walk, but it's got to be with his head up. Good. Yes. The reason I want to send him forward there is because eventually he is going to be a show horse, and he's not just going to be standing still to poop. So I might as well start him off with that now. Good. So it's quite a bit of this same thing today. Good. Where I'm just seeing if we can stay consistent at that walk without the pulling, without the nose drop. Good boy. Now come in. Good boy. That was good. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good. Better. Good boy. Let's go the other direction. Come here. Hi. That was good. He's really good with those releases, licking and chewing. Good boy. Good. Good boy. I'm fine with the head and neck being relaxed where it's at right now. I just don't want his nose on the ground like that. Good. And I like that he's getting a little less offended by those corrections too. Good boy. Hi. Hi. Good. Go this way again? I think he struggled more heading to the right. There you go. Good boy. So what he's not loving here is that nose pressure, which I figured his face was going to be a little bit more difficult. We talked about that some yesterday with him struggling to move the shoulders and move the head and face out of the way. Good, so the best thing you can do is bump and release, because you don't want to teach him how to be heavy and lean onto the pressure. Good boy. Good boy. So that right there is the heaviness that I'm talking about, where the bumping and releasing is important on that face. Forward. Good boy. Come on. Good. So that's the increase of pressure there, where I had to tap him with the flag. If he's not going to respond to the feeling on the face, following the feel, if he's not going to respond to the waving of the flag, then I have to tap. So you have to keep going up through that scale until you get a reaction. Otherwise, what you're doing is creating a dull horse. You got it. Good boy. Good man. Good. That direction's easier for him to turn to now. Good boy. Good. Good. This is one of the situations where you have to be careful not to discourage the fact that you just sent them forward. Give them a second without pulling on their face immediately. But then if their head is tossing out and they're ripping against you, you have to lift up and take that pressure to bring the nose in. So I'm going to let him get into this situation where it's around behind his butt, and then I'm going to flip him back towards it. There you go. Good. Good. And this is the session that he really needs right now, more so than me. Yes, picking up feet is important, and all the body work I did is important. I feel like the order I'm doing it in for him right now is really, really what he needs. And there were some comments on the first video saying, why are you pushing him around immediately? You should be trying to bond and create trust. What I'm doing right now is helping him have a little bit of understanding of what our relationship is going to be like. There is a lot of hanging out and scratching and petting, but also he does have to know where his feet are, where his body is, for safety reasons for him and for me. Good. See how that walk is just coming a lot easier now too? So that one caught him a little bit off guard. No worries on that. I try not to hold super hard on their face when that is happening, just because you can flip them over. It's the bump and release. If he gives a little bit, great, and then I'll pick up the pressure again. Good. I know, I'm going to give you a break in a second, bud. So right here, we want to get into a little bit of a sitting thing. That's when I will double wrap that. There you go. And the reason we do the double wrap on it is because if he pulls out and gets away, that's the first time of him learning how to get away from pressure being tied. So what this pull also helps me with is teaching one how to tie, which is helpful to do in motion first, because all of these guys, if they're young and learning how to tie, are going to be impatient at some point and want to move their feet. So I'm teaching him what to do when he wants to move his feet and how to give to that pressure. Do you want to break? I know, you're trying so hard. Good boy. Doing a little bit of desensitizing right now. So the other thing I'm correcting today is that nose coming into me. Good, come back up. Good boy. So right now, the desensitizing, remember there's no energy through the rope. Oh boy, I'm not wanting him to move. It's just an object that's being tossed up over around him. It might touch his legs. Good boy. Good. It might do a little bit of girth pressure. Boy. Good. Very smart, brave man. So now what we've got going on is this little fancy dancy surcingle. So just like with the saddle pad, I'm going to touch him with it, let him sniff it. This one makes a little bit of noise, so I might jingle it some. Good boy. Good, and if he's a little nervous, then we stay at this part till he gets more comfortable. Good boy, he's tired now, poor guy. Good boy. He's like, my curiosity died when I got sweaty. So now when I am putting this girth pressure on, you never know how they're fully going to react. So I go slow and I don't immediately strap it in, and we might back up out of frame since that's kind of his go-to. But I'm just slowly going up. Myself at a little bit of a safer distance from him, and then I will ask him just to walk forward. I usually hold a tool of some sorts in case they do react. I can try to keep them off me a little bit better. Come on. And yeah, the first thing I always put around their belly with tension, aside from the lead rope, you saw I did a little bit of that lead rope tightening just to see how he felt about it, is a Surcingle before any saddle. Oh boy. I really like to break down everything I'm doing with them into as many steps as I can. So from the feeling of it, to the weight, to the sight of it being there out of the corner of their eyes, to maybe the noise. Good boy. Of course, I just hit the max filming capacity, so let me start this over. Hopefully you guys saw that I got the Surcingle on. I just start by leading them forward some, and then I ask them to move, and I always have a tool so I can help keep them off of me, because some of them want to crawl into your lap. Usually not the Mustangs, but in this guy's case, him. And I don't want him to canter a bunch, but I am going to push him into the canter for a stride or two. That was good. Good. There you go. Good. I like that he came back down to that walk. Now trot. Boy. Good. All right, let's take this off of them. That's it. The first time they wear it, until they feel comfortable with it, it stays on, and then when they're good and move through those 3 gates, it can come off. And he did that pretty dang easily, huh, bud? Alright, that is it for this guy's session today. We will be introducing more of what most of our session was today. So not introducing that, but tomorrow will be more of the sending, changing directions, working on that pressure on the halter. Poor man is so tired. Hi, yes. And then introducing long lining. Okay, so the Surcingle will go back on. We'll do the prep work for him being comfortable with the rope behind his butt, although he did it once today by mistake when he was trying to flip and turn the other way, and he wasn't too reactive with it. So that was nice, but we'll do a little bit of the prep for the long lining and then maybe some long lining. That'll be his plan for tomorrow.